Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm gonna be recommending you some books. So lots of people read books in novels, but they often don't know where to start. And I'm gonna tell you a few series slash books to help you catch up. So the genres I'm gonna be talking about is mystery, fantasy, sci-fi, comedy, money, life, and slice of life. So I'm going to be recommending you two books from the mystery category. Number one is Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. This book was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle in 1902. It's a rather old book, but it is one of the most popular mystery books out there. So the Baskerville family thinks that there is a demonic hound that stalks them and kills them. And Sherlock Holmes has to figure out what's going on behind these murders. And the second book that I'm going to be recommending is Sherlock Holmes, The Valley of Fear, which is also written by the same previous author in 1915. So in this book, a guy, John Douglas, is killed in the Burlstone Manor house. And the mystery around this murder is really mind-blowing, and it is way more intense than the other books. The reason I've only recommended the third and the fourth released books is because the first two are rather not understandable, and the third and fourth books are way better. So for the people who prefer fantasy, I recommend the Chronicles of Narnia series. It has 8 books and they were written by C.S. Lewis. This ranges around 100 to 150 pages per book. It's really small and you can read it in a day or two. It's really fun because the magical place of Narnia has mysterious animals which can talk. And people enter this area and they journey with them trying to defeat the bad. So it's a really fun book and you should read it. So second up on this fantasy list is of course Harry Potter. This is one of the best and most popular books, if not the best, and it is so good. Everybody knows about this. There's movies made about it that were super hits, and even the books were super hits. So in case you don't know what it is, Harry Potter is a young wizard who goes to Hogwarts and tries to defeat the main villain, Voldemort, who keeps interrupting him and trying to take over the wizard world. So sci-fi category. So first I'm gonna recommend the book series Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer. This has 8 books and I'm still reading book 7. It is pretty good and it's about a criminal mastermind, Artemis Fowl, and he's trying to figure out if he should be good or bad. And he goes on journeys with mysterious people known as the fairies or elves or leprechauns. And yeah, it's really fun and it has a lot of science involved because of all the technology and everything else that's involved. So next I'm gonna recommend Dune Book 1. And you may know Dune from the recently released Dune movie, and the movies were pretty good, and so is book 1, only book 1. The other books get kind of weird, and this was written by Frank Herbert in 1965. So here Paul Atreides, who is from a great house, he has to take over a desert, and he tries to become friends with the people of the Fremen. And it's a really nice sci-fi book with a lot of technology and futuristicness involved. So next up in the comedy category, I'm gonna recommend Geronimo Stilton, Kingdom of Fantasy. So Geronimo Stilton is for kids, but it's really funny and good. So it currently, as of now, there are 16 books in the Kingdom of Fantasy and 2 special editions. All of them are pretty funny, and we see Geronimo go into the Kingdom of Fantasy, and it's really fun, and you should go read it. So next up is Matilda, which was written by Roald Dahl. So Roald Dahl has written many other hit books, and Matilda is a funny book where it develops around a girl who gets powers. She is in a family which does not like her, and she struggles with her family, and she likes a teacher, and the teacher eventually adopts her and learns about her powers. So the next category is life, and the first book I'm gonna recommend is Good Vibes, Good Life: How Self-Love is the Key to Unlocking Your Own Greatness. This is a book written by Vex King, who as a child struggled as he came from a poor family. He describes how life is and how to succeed and get what you want. So the next book I'm gonna recommend is Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo. So he encourages us in this book to push forward and unlock our true powers and limits. And it's a really good book, and it encourages you to do way more than you can already do. So the first book I'm going to recommend for the money category is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which was written by Robert T. Kiyosaki. So he came from a poor dad who used to work hard, and he also had a friend whose dad was rich, and he used to take life lessons from them to listen from each dad. So he teaches us what is assets and what is profits and etc. So it's a really good book if you want to learn more about money and stocks. So the second book I'm going to recommend for the money category is Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. This is like a part 2 of Rich Dad Poor Dad, also written by the previous author. So in this book he teaches us more about the same topic, and he also teaches us more about cash flow, which is his like game that he created for people to understand more about how money works. So in the slice of life category, I'm gonna recommend Anne of Green Gables. So Anne is a young orphan who accidentally gets adopted by Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert, who are middle-aged siblings. So they eventually wanted her to help in the farm. They actually wanted a boy to help, but they accidentally got Anne instead, who was a girl. So she was a really over-imaginative girl who found herself in various troubles. So this is a really funny book, and it has a lot of similar to life instances. And the way Matthew dies eventually in the book, it is so sad, and it feels like a real life death. So the next slice of life book that I'm gonna recommend is To Kill a Mockingbird. So this was written by Harper Lee, and it shows how Jem and Scout Finch in their childhood. So the father is a lawyer, and he goes through a bunch of different cases, and they get bullied in school for that, and it shows how they defend. So the reason other series that you probably have read, like J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, isn't here is because they're probably more difficult to understand. And I've read all of these books personally, and I love them, and they're really in my heart, and these are recommendable books. So that's it for this video. Bye guys. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any more book recommendations to give to me, or you need more book recommendations. And that's it for this video. Bye.